Hey there again, Market Mindset Podcast, Matt Laird. And today we have Hagen Kuhl. He's a residential and investment property specialist in Colorado, sort of specializing in the Western Slope in Colorado. Um, the type of guy that you would easily refer friends and family to, go out to dinner with. Got to be a pretty cool guy because he plays pickleball like myself. But yeah, fun to talk to, easygoing. And, when I make my way back to Colorado to see both friends and family, sometimes we drive through Nevada, through Las Vegas, and take the driving route. He's one of those guys definitely put on your list of people to stop by, say hi to. Great, large social media following, and just all around good guy. So today, I just had the honor and privilege to talk to Hagen Kuhl, real estate professional in Colorado. Well, not very often do I get an opportunity to talk to and share the podcast with a fellow pickleball player. I want to introduce everyone here to Hagen Kuhl. He's out of Eagle, Colorado. Really serves most of Colorado. We have similar backgrounds, so let's get started. Hagen, really just an honor and a privilege for you to take time out of your day to come spend some time with us here at the Market Mindset Podcast. Tell me about your real estate practice. What are you doing out there?
Yeah, it's fun. It's always fun out here. You go from the lower level sales up to the $1 million sales. It's fantastic. I got into real estate about 8 years ago and just loved it since. Started out with Keller Williams, went to some small independent brokerages, and now I'm out on my own. Kind of specialized in REOs, BPOs, property management. And I've been fortunate enough to be certified as a court expert witness in Garfield County for real estate practices and evaluations.
Wow. For those like residential agents that are newer to the business, and for the wholesalers out there and the broker owner, explain REO for to me as well. Explain REO.
Sure. So REOs is when a bank forecloses on a property, usually for non-payment. And then you go through a whole process with that financial institution, offering cash for keys, if that's on the table, ensuring a move out, ensuring the property is cleaned out to an acceptable level, marketing the property, selling the property. And it really kind of depends on the financial institution as to what type of platform they put it on. So, right. A lot of times they are not the best properties condition wise, but they are the best valued properties.
Best value. Yeah. I mean, obviously we're in a different economic environment. Rates increased. The REO market, how's it going right now? What are you seeing out there from the banks, the cooperation from banks? Are people walking away from properties? I mean, adjustable mortgages, what's the primary driver?
I think the primary driver right now is, I would say in my area, the REO market is almost non-existent. Like it's tough to pick up REO properties because people still have so much equity. Right. So why are you gonna go into foreclosure or even think about that unless you really have a strong emotional attachment when you can sell that same property for even if it's 30,000 above what you bought it for, you're still in the green there versus taking a hit on everything.
So people are opting to sell rather than have to go through that process. Mm-hmm. We'll see what the economy brings, moving forward, which leads me to, we're talking about property values and we're talking about buyers. In Colorado, let's find out where most of your buyers coming from. Someone comes into Colorado, where are they coming from?
Yeah, usually they're Texas or California. We're kind of the head spot there for those people. I don't know why. I think it's because of the mountains and climates, and plus we're so close to each of them. You can still have a property in Texas, drive up to Colorado for your vacation home, right? Kind of same with California. You just got to go through Arizona and some of the more desolate states over there.
Yeah, my sister moved to Colorado about coming up on 18 years ago from Long Beach, California. Absolutely loves it. She's there in Denver in the Cherry Creek area. Loves it. My dad moved back there after he retired. Absolutely loves it. One of the things I love about Denver, at least, and I'm here in Long Beach, California, it's the airport. I mean, I know it was criticized. It's an amazing airport. I mean, easy in, easy out. You go, I think, upstairs and you get picked up right there curbside. It beats the heck out of LAX out here. And I get to fly directly into Denver. it's a great hub. It's a great hub. So California and Texas are where you're seeing most of your buyers coming from right now?
Yeah, and I think it'll probably remain that way for a bit. Just the financial situation that they're in and the ability to sell and buy out there with the property
Yeah,
values the way they are, they can kind of control where they want to go and end up.
yeah.
So, yeah.
And for me, for a long, long time, I thought Denver is this, snowy, cold place. But the year-round climate there is absolutely beautiful. I love Denver, and eventually I see myself either in Northwest Texas or in the Colorado Springs area. Again, I love it. I love it. Um, so before we started talking just now, a majority of your business mostly listings right now. Is that your area?
Yeah, I generally tend to focus on listings. It's not that I don't like buyers, but you know that old saying of listings take your money, buyers take your time, right?
Right.
I'd rather spend my money than give away my time. I remember the days when I was just working like from 5 a.m. till 10 or 11 at night, and I was a single dad, and it was super tough. And I turned around, and all of a sudden my son is like 12, and I'm like, oh my gosh, where did the time go?
Right.
So I'll take listings. That is my general focus.
I love that. I love that. I mean, the old saying, list to last. And
Hmm.
then, and I know a lot of the agents that I work with and talk to. I mean, this market has been crazy. You go in and you submit a really solid offer and with great terms, you lose to 10, 20, 30% over ask, 30-day close, zero contingencies, at least in my marketplace, and sometimes all cash offers. And so, buyer's agents have just gotten so frustrated because there's 12, 15 bids, offers on one property. And it's still, in my market, it's still a seller's market. So controlling that and being a listing agent is where I just think that's just the place to be. With that in mind, and it doesn't really affect your business that much. This I sort of much ado about nothing, but we had that DOJ NAR situation. How are you, if you're doing an open house and you're actually on site at the property? I don't know if you do that or delegate that. How are you handling that, the buyer's representation side with the DOJ deal and the NAR?
So of course, I always follow NAR's ruling in that. But really and truly, I think our business should have been done where we had full disclosure up front from the beginning. Because it's kind of weird here in Colorado. We still have what's called a customer. The state hasn't really figured out how we're going to negotiate this yet, right? So
Okay.
we can release some information, but I think when you start really negotiating, like talking price terms and everything else, that's when you really got to make sure that you have something in place. So it may not be necessarily when the person walks in, but it should be something that says, okay, this is what we're doing and this is a relationship that we have. So that way there's complete open transparency.
Yeah.
Um, but I think I'm more concerned about with this whole ruling that's come out and all the changes, what's going to happen on a state level? Are they going to start taking it to where the DOJ went and even further? I could see that happening because that's literally their job is to protect the consumer.
Right, right. I mean, because on a national level, I mean, how's the DOJ going to enforce it? So it's going to be the state's interpretation of the DOJ versus NAR ruling. And and I heard you say something that I think is very common with a lot of the successful real estate professionals like yourself is disclose, 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 full transparency, get it out on the table as soon as possible. Um, because you specialize in listings, and which I think again list to last, um, are you getting any from your clients that are listing with you? Are they asking about, hey, do we have to pay the buying agent? Is that coming up at all?
No, and I generally had that question off with this is the way it's been done. This is the way we can do it if you want, and leaving it up to them.
Okay.
Right? If the seller decides that they want to pay for the other agent, great. If they decide they don't want to, that's fine. It's their decision and it's their money, and
Yeah.
that's where I leave that discussion.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a lot of boos, a lot of thumbs down. Um, and I've all, before I was licensed, and still, if I'm going in to buy a piece of property, I'm gonna use an outside agent because it's not coming out of my pocket.
Right.
It's coming from the sell side. And I think if agents like yourself, listing professionals like yourself come in and say, this is how it's done, this is how I handle your listing, this is why
we need to offer some, co-broker fees, or because we're going to have the biggest, widest audience possible out there. So I love that you address that. Yeah, we got to talk about the elephant in the room. All right, let's talk about pickleball here.
Let's do it. Love it. Let's get
it. Right. So you were sharing, like myself, I was a pretty good junior tennis player, right? And did well. Probably could have played at a junior college, but I wanted to go to a 4-year school. Could have never played at a 4-year university. Tell me about your pickleball journey.
Yeah, so very similar to that, almost identical. High school got into, I've been playing tennis since I was 5, and kind of in and out, lots of sports, soccer, baseball. My dad was always pushing for baseball, and I went to baseball camp and absolutely hated it. Hated
Okay.
it.
Right.
So my friends were over at this tennis camp, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to go play tennis with them, and really just fell in love with the game. So started playing tennis, putting in the work. I think I was a sophomore, junior in high school, and started like the USTA training schedule of 5:30 in the morning. We're up, and then we're at the club at 6, and we're going to train from 6 till 7:30, go to school till 2:30, and then go back to the club. So it'd be like 3 to 2 hours of coaching practice, and then we would play till 8 or 9 at night. Went from, I think I was 5th or 6th, or not even seated on the tennis team, to number 2 my senior year.
Wow.
My partner and I, we won our district conference, and then I was like, you know what, it's been fun, but I'm gonna go to the beach and party because I'm from Florida.
Right.
So I'm gonna go to the beach and play, tennis. So gave up tennis, and then moved to Colorado, became a paramedic, law enforcement. Did that out here, and then just recently, last November, I was like, wow, what is this pickleball stuff? I kept at the rec center, and all these people were having such a great time, and I was like, I'm gonna go try that. Picked up a paddle for the first time in 20-30 years. And just absolutely loved it. Loved the cerebralness of it. The dinking I wasn't a fan of. That did take a lot of time to adjust to.
We were bangers, right? They call us bangers, former tennis players.
Yeah. In fact, it was so funny yesterday because I was playing a match, and my partner's like, hey, you can't just bang it. You can't just bang it at this guy. Like, he's got 2 fast hands. And in my mind, I said, okay, I understand. But then my other side of my mind goes, oh yeah, I can. Just watch. And we lost so bad.
Yeah, right.
So the game for me has just been great. And it's a great way to get my family involved. My fiance plays, they're starting to play. And my son, he's more of a basketball guy, but we'll let him have it for now.
Yeah. So did you have, and we're just a little bit more on pickleball. I think the statistics, according to USA Pickleball, 19% of all Americans, all U.S. citizens have played pickleball at least once in the last year. It's a fast growing sport. For me, it's been again, a tennis player coming to pickleball. I prefer playing singles in pickleball because it's more representative tennis. I have a hard time coming to the net in pickleball because I'm used to playing back with my doubles partner in tennis. Talk about the networking opportunities that you've found through pickleball.
Yeah, I think that's one of the, I think this is the great thing about real estate and what we do, right? We get to go out and enjoy what we enjoy doing and have a business really around that. Like, if you love whitewater rafting, you can go whitewater rafting, meet people, and just talk real estate. If you love pickleball, you can get over there, play pickleball, have a social potluck, whatever, and you can talk real estate. Whatever you love, you can bring your business into. And I've met clients, I've gained probably a great circle of influence. My sphere of influence has grown. Just the connections that you're going to make by having an activity, whether it's pickleball or something else like that, is completely invaluable. It's invaluable. That is your money right there.
I agree 100%. And just, I don't care what you do something. I don't care if you're a part of a quilt club, if you're playing adult soccer. There's somewhere, and I don't know about you, I never come out and broadcast, hey, I'm in real estate, but they always ask.
Mm-hmm.
And then, it gets down to, hey, what's your niche? What do you do? And it's the elevator pitch. And you leave, I leave conversations, maybe leaving them hanging for more, and they ask more questions and they engage. Real quick, back to pickleball, your fiance is playing. Do you coach her, or do you have someone else give her lessons?
No, I've coached her a bit. She's still super beginning.
Yeah.
She's definitely less into it than I am, but she loves it, and I'm gonna sign her up for a clinic coming up because along with pickleball came some injuries that I wasn't expecting,
Oh,
such as a total knee replacement. But you
yeah.
know that's fine. So she definitely wants to get better and grow, and I have coached her, and it's great. She'll be good. She'll be good.
I
Definitely.
love it. I love it. Last thing on pickleball, you and I being former tennis players, we know keep our side to the net when we're going back, for lobs because yesterday I saw someone get hurt. They sort of shuffled backwards, fell, broke their wrist. Back to business real quick. Not that pickleball isn't business, but what are you doing on social media out there? How big is your social media presence?
I am totally not on social media that much, believe it or not. I find that most of my business comes from my SOI and past clients. I have yet to have that magical message come into Facebook or Instagram that says, come look at my property and list it, or I want you to be my agent.
Yeah.
I'm generally more face to face on the phone if need be. For social media, I will post my listings up there to generate that interest, but I don't really have like a design social media platform or anything else, which is
Yeah.
kind of outside the box these days, but it works.
No, I mean it's still brick and mortar bit in a way, but the great thing about the podcast, I get to talk to real estate agents, real estate professionals all across the United States, and some are 100% social media, some are zero, some are getting into it. I know, like you, I need to embrace social media more. My daughter said, Dad, you got to get out there, you got to be on TikTok. I'm like, I don't know, no, but I think it's where the future is, and what a great way to meet more people. We talked about most people coming to Colorado from Texas and from California. Um, who's been most influential for you in your real estate career?
Um, I would say Bill Twyford. It's probably somebody you've never heard of.
Okay,
He had or does have a company. It's called Real Estate Rockstar. She's a former agent, got into wholesaling, flips, renos, rentals, and all that. And I've taken a couple of his classes. I always had the problem because I came from where I was selling traffic tickets because no law enforcement officer really ever wants to use force, right? So we're selling traffic tickets or ambulance rides into had a mental health practice into hypnosis, and I could never really make the transition from the language over to more of a sales type communication, right?
okay.
So I took a couple of his classes and light bulbs went on, super motivated, and I got out there and crushed it. I had 1% of the listings in our market for quite a while. So I would say he's definitely been one of the most influential people I've met in real estate.
That's great. We all have those mentors in our life, someone that sort of showed us a pathway into what we're doing. And a lot of us, and I know I myself included, I didn't get out of college. I didn't, go, hey, I'm going to be in real estate. And it just all of a sudden it found me, I found it. And what I love about it, unlimited income opportunity, a lot of
Mhm.
freedom. People ask me why I got into freedom. The freedom to go to, like you said, go see your son play basketball, go play pickleball in the middle of the day, networking opportunities. Tell me about a book that you've read or something that's inspired you, or what are you reading right now?
The Bible is what I'm currently reading.
Okay.
And then also, I really haven't found another book. I do want to read one. It's on, I watched Sean Ryan's podcast and listened to a very interesting person on there about nuclear war and all that kind of stuff and how that whole system works. And so that's kind of interesting to me for some odd
Yeah.
reason. I don't know. But that'll probably be my next one.
Real
And
good.
I've read the Gary Keller works,
Oh, yeah.
Millionaire Real Estate Agent, all those. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Any binge watch? For those out there, binge watching anything on Hulu, Netflix? Or are you too busy?
Always no.
Okay.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Also Narcos is a good one. That's kind of where we're at right now. We just finished Breaking Bad, so we're moving over to Narcos for a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Breaking Bad, you can't go wrong. And then, oh, guy, we just finished watching The Bear, which is actually really
Mhm.
cool. Yeah, there's some good stuff, and it's good mindless time, get the family around. some people say, oh, I don't have too much time for it. I always carve out a little bit of, just numb, easy, don't have to think about it entertainment. Utah, Colorado, skiing or snowboarding?
Neither.
Neither.
Nope.
Okay.
I used to ski, snowboard, and telemark. Loved telemark.
Yeah.
But injuries and bad knees and tennis and all the sports, takes its toll. And kind of gave up on the winter sports. And and I like being cold. I like being cold, but not all the time.
Right. I know. I tried snowboarding 2 or 3 times. I was horrible at it, and it's like golf. It's a commitment. You're carving out a lot of time to do that. I appreciate you really. And where are you getting your new business before we close? Again, Spheres of Influence.
Yeah, Spheres of Influence has always been my go-to. Just networking opportunities, pickleball. Get out, talk to people. And I guess I've been blessed with the gift of gab, because I've never been in a situation where I can't find someone to do business with.
Right. And circling back to pickleball, I don't want to, this is not a pickleball show. It's a market mindset show about real estate, but it's such an inclusive sport. I mean, it's the only sport I know where you can walk on really and say, hey, we need a fourth, hey, we need a team. And just the networking opportunities are amazing there. I really appreciate you, being on today, Hagen. If you're moving to Colorado, all right, from Texas or California or from any other state, how do people get a hold of you out there?
Yeah, you can reach me at the Kuhl team, and that's TheKuhl TAM,
Right.
not like the clothing, but no relation.
Okay. Right.
Or email Hagen at thecoolteam.com, HAGEN at thecoolteam.com, or 970-306-6405.
Great. I'll put that on at the end. And so buyers, guess what? He's got a lot of good listings out there in Colorado. He'll tell you, he'll take you to play pickleball. I love it. Hagen, I really appreciate you taking the time today to come on, share your area of expertise, explain REOs to us. I love the fact that, the majority of your business is listings, list to last, and that transition from being of service in law enforcement over to real estate. That's a tough transition, but a gregarious, outgoing guy like yourself, you've made it work. I love it.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate you.
All right, Hagen. I really appreciate it. Again, thank you for taking the time. Again, anyone moving to Colorado, get a hold of this guy. Real good. Thank you.